You're listening to Miscast Commentary.
Hey everybody, welcome to Miscast Commentary, a coming attractions episode. I'm Joe Findley.
Todd Tebow the Sailor Murray.
That's the cast.
What's the catch?
Is this our new theme song? I'm doing a theme song.
Theme song.
That's not gonna work.
Oh,
I don't know.
well.
We should get a new theme song for just the mini episode. Like, I love our theme song.
I love it too. I was going to be like, what the shit, man?
Yeah, but we should get one for our coming attractions episode because
Coming
it's literally just
attractions!
like we're playing just 6 seconds of our actual theme song. I was like, we could have something else.
And it should be like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Hey, anybody out there who likes us, who knows how to do stuff, will
Well, how long do you think it should be? 6 seconds?
I like 15 seconds.
15 seconds is your task.
Yeah.
Just like my love life.
So, yeah, let us know. Email us, Twitter, if you want to post that on SoundCloud or something like that. We'll use it. And if there's multiples, we'll use multiple. Just keep
If you can somehow incorporate like a slide whistle and some zaniness, I'll dig that.
Nice.
Like some Acme shit, like some Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Baby Herman, Robert Raber.
What the fuck?
Rapist, Robert Rapist.
I'll start
He's my new puppet character.
I'll start this one off. We just had we just had our very first interview for the show, which you'll hear more about after our next movie is all done.
And when you start seeing us on the news and shit, then you'll know,
yeah,
like, shit.
Exactly. That's right.
It was awesome.
We got Obama.
Did you enjoy yourself?
I had a blast.
I did
was
too.
Such a good time.
I had a great time as well.
But yeah, we'll talk more about all of that and then the movie that is entailing and all that good stuff in the coming weeks. But yeah, we just got done all that. Now
what we just did there was the teaser trailer.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is what the coming attraction is all about: is to make you not care about this current episode, but episodes that are coming later.
Exactly,
and including other coming attractions episodes. You stay tuned not for this coming attraction episode, but for one down the road, you're gonna be happy.
That's right. It's like cocaine.
This one, I mean, don't slit your wrists or anything, but it'll be fine. But we start.
Will it?
It'll be fine. Well, let's talk box office and stuff like that. We saw Deadpool this weekend. I saw it better than Todd did.
Oh yeah. It didn't make as much as it did previously.
No, but it still
made 125 grizzies.
Yeah, it didn't make they were expecting it to do the rated R record based on its marketing and stuff like that, and it didn't quite do that. But again,
isn't it Deadpool that it was going up against?
It was going up against itself as far as I know, but also it still had there was stuff to contend with.
Yeah,
and I think
the tail end of the Avengers.
Like people are going to end up calling you
book club
people and.
That's
and
like
I feel
big
pretty
chunk out.
but you watch, people will end up calling this movie a disappointment. It's sandwiched between Avengers and Solo. It's not going to do the numbers the last one did because
125 million sounds pretty good to me for 2 days.
It's kind of crazy. Well, how
much did it cost?
I honestly don't have a number for it. It has to. It couldn't have cost more than like 200 million.
Oh my god! If it cost even 200 million, I'd be like, oh god.
That wouldn't surprise me.
It can't be.
That wouldn't surprise me anymore.
I would be shocked. Like, what the hell did they even have in there? That would be.
It gets away from you fast. It was like Justice League cost like 300 million.
Suddenly you're 300 under, and you're like, oh my god, we still got to get rid of this guy's mustache.
It's because all producers now have crippling gambling problems and or lawsuits to settle with people they jerked off in front of.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
So it's
they got court cases, they got lawyers to pay off.
It's created Hollywood inflation. So
baby mamas to pay off and get out of the country.
Yeah, it was.
Where did you see it?
Well, I saw it in an AVX theater.
Oh fuck!
In Niagara Falls, and I actually saw it with my mother.
What did she think of it?
She loved it.
Oh wow!
We just happened out of nowhere. I was going with I was gonna go with my sister to go see it, and we're like, oh yeah, that'll be cool, that'll be fun, and we're doing that, and then out of nowhere, my mom's like, yeah, I'm going too, and I'm like, what? And then she just mentioned she wanted to see the movie, so my sister bought her a ticket. Like, it's all assigned seating in this theater, so it was kind of like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen, but it ended up being fine.
Well, that's good.
Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm just distracted.
Cliffhanger. Okay,
Yeah,
well, you're distracted. I'll tell you what happened with me.
Yeah.
Okay, fuck that.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so I go to the drive-in, and it's our Canada. Yeah, it's the Queen's birthday holiday weekend, right? Because we know the Queen likes to fucking give her.
Yeah.
She's a party animal.
Queen Victoria, by the way.
That's right, Queen V for vaginal dystosis. That's when your vagina has, like mental
breath.
Yeah, no, not halitosis. Yeah, cryptosis. It farts out mummy dust. Psychosis is the word I give. Vaginal psychosis.
Well, and you said dystosis. I'm like, you just made up that word because I'm like, were you thinking of body dysmorphia, which we discussed in our interview? Like,
no, I was trying to think of like psychosis mixed with halitosis, but it was, pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty damn close. Anyway, so I go to the drive-in. It's 4 movies in a row.
Yeah.
Like, who's going to make it through all 4? This guy. I want my money's worth. Fuck it.
I would have.
So we go there. And it's playing because it's going to be a very popular movie. So they have the same Deadpool 2 on 2 screens. And I'm like, okay, so we'll watch Blockers, then Deadpool 2, then Super Troopers 2, and then some other fucking movie. First movie goes off, no problem. Deadpool starts. I miss it. I'm fucking around at the snack shack.
Yeah.
Just fucking around.
You missed the whole movie.
I
at the
missed
snack shack.
they got cheap snacks, bro. You pull up a chair and they just mow. Yeah. They'll let you for $15 just stick your head right into the popcorn thing.
Canview Drive-In.
Oh yeah, the cover. They don't even care. They'll scoop around you. So I'm in there fucking around. I come out and I'm like, oh my God, like literally the worst thing that can ever happen in a movie to me is missing the previews, missing the beginning of the movie. It's like 10 minutes in or something. It's like a musical number going on. He's killing everybody. And I'm like, oh my God. And I start getting real foggy. Like I got dark thoughts. I'm like, fuck, like, And I must have changed the course of the universe with my rage because the radio channel, you're at the drive-in, so you got to turn on like 98.9, and you're supposed to hear the movie, and suddenly it cuts into the radio, like some station cut in or something. Not bad songs, actually. Good set, but not Deadpool 2 sound. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, holy fuck. And then so we go to the guy at the booth there, Hot Dog Charlie, and he gives us free movie passes for the next time. So I'm like, sweet. So then we go to watch the movie, and the sound comes back on. And the moment the sound comes on, it's just the foggiest, most ridiculous fog rolls in. You cannot even see the screen.
Yeah.
And then... the fog literally completely lifted when the credits rolled, and Super Troopers 2 was no problem.
That's hilarious.
So like but I got to go. Now I'll go see it in a real theater.
Yeah, that was like God saying, "You missed the beginning of the movie.
Yep.
You missed the movie."
No, see, but then I can go back again and see it for free if I want.
Yeah,
which worked out. The fuck? Is there a car on your balcony honking its horn? So we'll hurry up. Go around. Go around. Fuck, man.
And the Oscar goes to Todd Murray.
Thank you
for best interruption ad lib of all time.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. Though. What did you think? It was was the Juggernaut Brad Pitt?
No, the Juggernaut wasn't Brad Pitt. We
because
shouldn't even be talking about this.
I was way back.
Oh, you shouldn't be talking. We shouldn't even be talking about this part yet.
Oh, he was somebody.
He was. I'll tell you after the show.
Okay.
But I did want to bring up because we've had weather at the theater before, and I'm gonna quiz you right now on your memory. Do you remember
Twister?
Nope. That's the different thing. We've told that story before when a tornado actually touched down at the drive-in during the showing of Twister. But this is something that happened to us. And it wasn't Killer Clowns. We survived. What movie did we... It's the only time we ever had to go home during a movie, and it was because it started raining too hard that we couldn't see the screen. Do you remember the movie it was?
I remember it raining so badly that we had to leave.
Yeah.
Did we get free passes? They didn't get free fuck all out back then, man. I don't.
It was A Perfect Storm.
No.
Yeah.
It was?
It was. We were about 2/3 of the way through A Perfect Storm. And it started raining. It wasn't bad. It was just kind of like, it made it a little, it was a little distracting, but whatever. And then it started raining so hard you literally couldn't see. And then your only option would be to like turn on the car and like leave the wipers going and stuff like that. But that wasn't an option.
They don't have enough batteries to rock you at the end of that day.
Remember when we killed the battery one time?
Yeah.
Because like we turned the car off. We were kids, right? We turned the car off wrong.
Like it was still draining the battery.
But yeah,
like it was, you're supposed to go back on the key towards you, and then it kind of
back then,
or whatever.
And it's harder now because I've got like a touch screen thing in my car and all these different things. I have to deactivate like 30 things before like before I can like
I'll
watch
just
the movie.
reach in and rip a bunch of wires
pretty
out.
much. Like you have the auto running lights, so you got to shut all that off, and then I've got to like bring down the screen so that doesn't distract through the whole thing, and then shine through the back.
And then you have to go to you know, where it shows you things that are running in the background that you had no idea was running. Then you got to shut those off.
Yeah, it's bananas.
The call function.
Yeah, but yeah, it's been just those kind of bad movie experiences, though. I think I told the story of when my sister and brother-in-law went and saw Logan, and the very end of the movie, when Logan died. Well, this is spoiler alert, but I mean, this happened ages ago. But when Logan is dying,
he's died.
So he's got the thing through him, and he's having that really emotional moment with X-23, and she and that's happening, and the lights all came on. And when the lights are on, you can't see the screen. So they're all on because what happened was, I guess, Deadpool was originally supposed to be on, like they had a Deadpool 2 teaser trailer where it was that one where like the guy was getting mugged, and then he's like, oh god, and and he runs back, and he's like, and then the guy ends up getting killed and stuff like that. So that trailer was supposed to come on after the movie, and they decided last minute to put it on before the movie, and that they didn't change their timers because all that's on timer. It's not like somebody sitting there by a switch. Right? So then the lights came on, and they lost their minds. Like everybody went, and they basically just stormed like the Simpsons style. You know, everybody gets their pitchforks whenever anything goes wrong. And he's like,
I bring it with me, a flaming torch with me anywhere I go, just in case a lynching goes down.
Yeah. So, but like a lynching of white people because we're not racists.
A lynching of the movie theater.
Oh, that's fine
popcorn guy because the fucking movie turned on.
Yeah, or he didn't put enough butter in the middle.
There's many. Oh my god, dude! When I was at the theater, like the dirtiest couple you've ever seen are standing there. Dude, I ate so much shit; it was unbelievable. I thought I was gonna die when I went home.
I know.
It was awful. Chips, anyway, it doesn't matter. These guys, I watched the lady. I'm like, what is this lady so intense? So the lady puts half the popcorn in, and then she layers the middle, and the girl goes 1. And then she puts it on the top, like fills it to the top, then pumps the butter all over the top. She goes 2. And then buddy next to her goes, hey, wait a second, we asked for 3 layers. And they're then started freaking out because they asked for 3 layers. And I'm like, where the fuck does the 3rd layer go? And do you really need that much butter on your popcorn?
The 3rd layer goes all over the girl's titties.
I know, like, what the fuck?
And then he just literally, like, rubs her tit and then dips his hand in the popcorn
like
and then just rubs it on his dick.
Or, like, maybe you would fill the bottom.
Yeah.
Then put popcorn on. And I was like, get over it, people. Like,
I make myself so sick eating any snack foods nowadays. Like,
can't stop.
well, I always buy like the large.
Can't stop.
I always buy the large popcorn at movies, and I always bring back more than half of
That's
it.
good. It tastes good the next day.
Yeah, it tastes good the next day, but also then I'm kind of proud of myself. I was like, oh, I didn't eat like a fucking monster.
I didn't eat the whole 3rd refill.
Yeah, exactly. We used to do that. Remember when we got the free refills at the one
ding,
mall?
ding, 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 ding. We at the Lincoln Mall Cinema, we beat their record. No, we tied it.
We tied the overall record, but we had like the record for before the movie.
Yeah.
Because it basically you could get
3 or 4
refills. It was 4. We had 3 before the movie, 1 during the movie, and we just only reason we didn't get any more is because we didn't want to watch. We didn't want to miss any more of the movie.
I didn't want to miss any more Black Dog.
I was gonna say Meet Wally Sparks.
Yeah, it was a double feature.
But I know we were at the Fairview Cinema.
You know when you go to, you're talking, you're like, oh, when you go to this cinema, you put it in. You pick your seat or whatever. You put
the assigned seating. Yeah,
that Landmark Cinema is always assigned cinema, no matter what movie.
Yeah,
$7 Tuesday showing, you pick your seat.
All right.
$10 any other night, you pick your seat. Landmark Cinema.
La la la. Is that their thing?
It is now.
All right. Landmark pass.
Yeah.
Cineplex also pass.
Just hook us up with one. Just hook us up with one of those cards where you get 10 movies for $80 or something. I'll take that. That's my payment.
Exactly. You can even like punch 2 of the movies off. You can just say, yeah, you saw 2 of them already.
Oh God, what?
Well, I mean, like.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah. Okay, then I get like
you can even, if you found one in the toilet that wasn't used, I'll take that one.
Okay, deal. I'm sure they got lots of those.
It's good. I dropped, no word of a lie. This past week, I dropped a I dropped my lottery tickets in the toilet and I retrieved them.
Of course, like unscratched.
And it was my
Unscratched?
Yeah, no, they weren't scratchers. They were
Pull tabs.
Yeah, no, not the pull tab. Like actual lotto.
Oh
lotto
yeah,
tickets.
like we're doing the
Yeah.
draw. Hopefully
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
covered in piss.
Yes. Yeah.
They're null and void.
Yeah, they're null and void if they're.
Yeah.
But actually, no. This is what happened. I had to think it through because I'm sitting there and it was at my work, so it wasn't even my own home toilet. And I'm like, oh no, what do I do? I'm like, what am I gonna
That's the
do?
best.
And so here's the thinking process I went through to make sure that it was going to be okay to do this. One, the toilets had just been cleaned. I was on a night shift,
Okay.
and I watched the cleaning lady leave the thing. So I'm like, she just did the toilets and the floors were all immaculate.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, that's thing number one. Number two, the lotto tickets, because I had them folded in half. So one half of all of the tickets was sticking out above the water, so I would be able to grab it without touching
Like you didn't have
toilet
to put it
water.
right in there.
Yeah,
I'd probably go in
wouldn't
there
have
too,
done
because I would think the moment it hit the water, that's a winner.
it. Yeah.
I didn't care if it was covered in shit.
Yeah. So then three, I'm like, I can leave this to dry somewhere, and then once it's dry, it's not that thing anymore, right? So I did. I reached in and like with surgical precision,
Yeah.
I got this thing out. Like had my fingernail touched the water, like if you would have felt that cold on the
Yeah.
back of your fingernail, I probably would have just slammed my head, like curb stomped myself into the toilet, so like to just die. And then they're like, so then people wouldn't think.
Die.
So then people wouldn't think, oh, he tried to get lotto tickets.
Lottery ticket.
He's like, he tried to get lotto tickets out of the toilet. It'll be, oh, he tripped and fell and died, and then his lotto
No, he
tickets fell
tripped
in the
multiple
toilet.
times, slamming his head in until it was
Yeah.
a pulp and he died.
Didn't win a fucking dime on those tickets either, by the way. Let's just put that out
Oh
there.
man, you can't die in the bathroom. That's where I'm supposed to die.
Yeah, I can die in the bathroom a different way than you,
Yeah, okay.
near a glory hole.
That was one hell of a dick.
Yeah.
He's got burn marks all over his face and bruises.
Speaking of one hell of a dick, I actually watched the Hulk Hogan sex tape for the first time.
Oh my god. How's
I-
he strapping? What's he strapping?
It was blurry. You can barely tell.
Oh man, that's what his penis actually looks like.
I feel like he's it's right length for his height, and he's like 6'7", so
Right.
that gives you some idea.
Sweet.
But
he fucking what's his
it
name?
was-
The Nasty Boy's wife.
No, it was Bubba the Love Sponge's wife, the
Bubba
radio
the
guy,
Love Sponge.
the Florida radio guy.
He knew about it and everything too. I don't know why he made a big deal about it.
It was well, you
afterwards.
can hear him in the video.
Yeah.
Telling like
He's like
it's
loving it.
Well, because now he's embarrassed. It's fine being a cuckold.
Oh,
behind the
whatever. It
scenes,
turns him
right?
on.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, you should just say I like watching my wife get fucked. And then
Yeah,
you
no
go-
big deal.
And go look,
Done.
and then go look over there. It's fucking Coach of the Jets filming his wife's feet.
Coach
and
of the
then-
Jets.
I can't remember. Oh, Rex. No, yeah, right.
Got a
Rex
foot
Ryan.
fetish, huh?
Yeah.
I got one
And
of those.
ugh,
I got one of everything though.
yeah, I got a fetish for everything, just so something sticks.
Exactly. Right. You get bored.
But yeah. Anyway, so talking about Deadpool without spoiling anything, I put it kind of right on par with the first Deadpool. It didn't do a lot to improve. Like it brought more characters that I liked. I think that was something that was missing from the first one. Like,
Domino was cool.
Domino was really good. Cable was good.
Didn't like the kid.
The kid was annoying.
I didn't particularly enjoy the story of him saving the kid either. And I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
Would Cable really come back to say, although I guess he does some really heinous shit in the future.
Well, shit goes down. Yeah. Well, the kid does.
Yeah.
Shit, yes. Well, yeah. They'll go watch the movie. We'll talk about
Spoiler
that
alert. If you haven't seen it, then yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say don't go see it, but I'm also not going to say don't listen to this. Just deal with it.
If you haven't seen it, I'm not your mom, but I am Joe's mom, and I went and saw the fucking movie.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was cool. Actually,
That's
I was
pretty cool.
I was in the States during the day, and I was trying to find, because they have a billion of the exact same T-shirt shop, literally in a row at Walden Galleria Mall in like Lackawanna or whatever it is.
Tonawanda.
Well, it's like you would say Buffalo because it's that general area, but it's it was, what was it? It was a Journeys, a Hot Topic, a Spencer's,
Oh my
an
God.
FYE.
I love
Think Geek, which
I
Think
love
Geek was
Hot
the best.
Topic.
Hot Topic
No,
was
Hot
good.
Topic's
Think
my
Geek,
favorite.
Think Geek was so much better to
Yeah?
me because it was like Hot Topic has a lot of like, oh, here's a bunch of random anime you don't know about, and it's so tight in there. It's
Oh
so
God, yeah,
whatever.
that's for sure.
Like-
Every one of them's like that. You wear a backpack, you turn. That poor
Yeah.
lady's got to clean up like 5 aisles.
It's
of
so
shirts.
bad, but ThinkGeek. It was nice and open, and it was so well organized. It's like, do you like Harry Potter? I'm over here in this exact line of things. It's like going to
Right.
Party City and wanting like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles birthday party. You go to one spot.
Yeah.
And they had like absolutely everything. And then, but we were in Hot Topic and we were leaving, and I almost knocked a bag off of the rack. And I'm like, and I was holding my son, and I put the bag back on the rack. I'm like, oh, we don't want to be those people who are like knocking stuff over. And then the guy said to me as I was leaving, he's like, you're more considerate than most people today. And I'm like, why? And he's like, literally somebody was walking out of the store and just put his arm on the table of t-shirts like
Oh
at the
my
entrance
God.
and just swept them all off and then just looked at him and was like with that look of, it's your problem now, and just
What
walked
a
out of the
dick.
store. I can't
I do
understand.
that upon entering a store.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So then it's really awkward. I'm still there. Like, what a pussy.
He's on his knees picking the stuff up
Yeah.
while I leave. It's like, no purchase from me today, citizen. But it just blows my mind that people can just act like that. And I didn't want to play the Canada card.
Well,
there.
you're in Canada.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, well, of course I'm more polite.
I would've
Excuse me,
said
I'm
it.
Canadian. I was just like, I just
give a
wanted
fuck.
him to believe that there's just nice people in the
They're
world.
just nice. Yeah.
And
What
but
a dick move.
but can you just, like, everybody who listens to this, please don't be like those people, okay? Be nice.
They
to
ruin it for everybody.
Well, I
like
think too-
toilet seat pissers. Get the fuck, man. Just kick the seat up.
I'm very lucky to get to do what I like wanted to do. Like when I was a teenager, I'm doing basically what I wanted to do with my life. And I get to do this podcast, which is not a money thing, but it's a fun job. Like, it's still a job.
It makes my life worthwhile.
We have, it is work. We have to do stuff and and it's, it's that kind of thing. And I look at those guys who work at Hot Topic and stuff, and it's probably a pretty fun job all in all for a sales job. Like, sales jobs, just having to deal with people constantly.
Totally do that. I need to put a resume in those kind of places.
But but what I'm saying, like, it can be a lot on a poor guy doing a sales job who's not
Hell
making,
yeah.
They're not making,
Big scrizzle.
big figures or anything.
Well, especially in
like
the
that.
States too,
Well,
man. Fuck.
But yeah, and it's just, so it's like, why treat them like shit on top of that? It's like they're just trying to do their job and stuff like that, and they're already doing their job, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna make more work.
You know,
for
the thing
them.
though is like
it's just
it
kills me.
sucks and it pisses me off too, but don't think about it too much because that guy that swiped the shirts off is fucking miserable.
Yeah,
He's miserable.
yeah. But it's, yeah, and you know why? It's probably this horrible circle of life. He probably works at a similar job and something shitty like that happened to him. Or he like works at a bank and then got chewed out because the interest rates went up when he has nothing to do with the fucking interest
He goes
rates.
home and
It's
his
like-
wife beats him up.
Yeah.
Like, he's miserable.
Well, and that's what I'm thinking. And I'm like, now this guy who I dealt with, had I not been there to do something nice, he may have like fucking did a school shooting or some shit like that.
Exactly.
Like, it's just,
Yep. I'd probably been fired from the job. I'd been like, hey, shit, fuck.
that's the problem.
Fuck do you think you're doing?
See, and that's the problem. And this is why you have to think about those people in those sales jobs. I always,
They probably need the job too, right?
well,
So like,
well,
you can't.
of course, well, everybody who has a job needs a job, but it's like there's nobody
Not
there.
Bill Gates.
He doesn't have a job right now. He's not even like he's not even like on the board of Microsoft anymore. I don't think.
But he did have one.
Yes, yeah, he did.
Think
but
about that.
yeah, well, he had to make it so it would continue to pay him for the rest of his life, so that
Good
he
plan.
wouldn't need a job. So, and then pay his kids and all that, and or by his kids I mean all the African children that he gives all his money to because he's one of the only fucking billionaires who has
Who actually
real
has a
sense.
soul. Dude, you know what he said recently in an interview that he met Trump.
I
at
love
this.
this.
Did you read this story?
Love-
That
you
he
tell
met,
it, but
he
yes.
met Trump at this ordeal.
Yeah.
And Trump literally just will not shut up about his daughter.
Yeah.
Doesn't remember Bill Gates' wife's name. Doesn't remember what Bill
Melinda.
Gates does. He doesn't
Something with
remember
computers.
anything. But he will not. He said it was kind of creepy how much he was like into his daughter, who's probably
Yeah.
underage at the time.
Yeah.
He then leaves the ordeal and then comes back to the same party in a helicopter just to make
Yes.
a grand entrance.
Yes.
And then pretty much when he lands, he's like asking Bill Gates, like, where's your daughter and shit? And he was like, it was kind of creepy.
Yeah. The best part of that story, though, that you left out, which is what I thought you were going to bring up, was
No, just the creepy, weird part.
No, was he twice asked him what the difference between
That's-
HPV and HIV were.
Fuck, that's right. Twice.
Yeah.
That's it too. Fuck, I forgot that part. I was just thinking about him being a creeper.
Yeah.
Because he's kept, because you think, okay, so is there a difference? Because he's like, if you say one or the other, I've got one, and maybe I can get with your daughter.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like, I don't want to pass it to her.
Yeah.
You tell me the jazz, bro.
Which one would you much rather much rather I don't have? But I'll give credit to Seth Meyers for the joke. He's like, okay, this is how you explain it to him. He's like, HPV and HIV are like your sons. They're both bad, but one's definitely better than the other.
True that.
But he's just ugh. God, we're on a roll today with just going one subject to the next. It's
Fucking A, man.
Floating like a
fired
butterfly,
up.
stinging like a bee.
Damn right, baby.
Rumble, young boy, rumble. And by young boy, I mean a little Thai boy who I hired. What? Eat fresh.
You get back
Eat
in
fresh.
that cat litter box now.
Yes. You can only shit in there. He's so tiny.
I know, eh? He's such a
yeah.
cutie.
He's 9 inches tall.
I'm going to give him another bath later.
That's what we're paying for. Eat fresh.
Yes,
But all right, everything we just talked about how energetic we are and all the steam fell out. But now's as good a time as any, seeing as we're 9 days into this episode, to let you know what we're doing next week. And when I say next week, I actually mean the next 2 weeks, because we got a 2-parter coming at you.
Boom, bam.
That means long movie. And if you start thinking back, you're like, wow, they did a long movie. Hey, this time last year they did a long movie. What was that movie? Oh, yeah, they did Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. Well, guess what, motherfuckers? We're doing
Return of the Jedi.
Thank you. You made my night. But, my audio, my sine wave there looks like an angel.
It does.
Jesus is real, folks. But anyway,
and he's our smooth voices, apparently.
You betcha. He is not real, but what is real?
I don't believe you in that. But
Lord of the
anyways, continue.
Rings, The Two Towers.
The Two Towers.
The extended cut, because we don't fuck around with things that are missing scenes.
Damn right.
I'm still worried that this doesn't have enough scenes.
I
feel like
agree.
I feel like I could get a 4-hour and 38-minute version.
I'm on board, man. Fucking bring it on.
I would watch it.
Oh, hell yes, I would.
So I still wish that they released them, because you know how like some versions of Lord of the Rings they just released as a book,
Yes.
and so it's just Lord of the Rings the book, and then there's the ones that are they should have released Lord of the Rings the movie, where it was just all one thing and there's no delineation between the 3 movies.
Right.
It's just one
One
thing.
whole
And
thing.
now multiple discs still, because I mean they had to do multiple discs just for the 2 movies,
Yeah.
because they have 11 commentary tracks. Maybe fucking take the Weta Digital people off of one of the commentary tracks. They already have all the behind the scenes shit.
I hope they have a good one for Avengers. But wait,
Yeah, you
don't
won't.
put a making of Avengers 1. When Avengers 2 comes out, or Infinity War Part 2, then come out with it as a whole box, and then in a whole disc of like how they made the movie.
Yeah. They'll probably
4
not.
hours of green screen.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just, but what's weird is it's the Hulk standing in front of the green screen, and then they CG him to be Mark Ruffalo. It's
costly.
Well, that's why the kids aren't all right, or is it the kids aren't all right, or the kids are all right?
The kids aren't all right.
Yeah, I thought so. That's why that was such an expensive movie to make. It
Yeah.
wasn't a net
All
Bennings
CG. You didn't even
quote.
know it. Yeah.
Yeah. Just all Mark Ruffalo CG, and everything else was totally normal, but he's in like one of those Gollum like suits with the tennis
with the
balls and
balls.
stuff, and he's sitting there. But the Hulk. So you got
True
that
story.
going for you. Hey guys, we're gonna do Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. Remember when I said that? So we are breaking it into 2 parts. Anybody who has the actual physical discs, the way we are breaking it up is the way it is broken up on the discs, just so you can be prepared if you want to just watch a chunk at a time, so you don't exhaust yourself. We are watching the exact last words of the first disc are "bind their hands." So very 50 Shades Freed, which is recently out too.
yes.
So we got that going for us.
Time it
But-
up, time it down.
But yeah, so we're breaking it up into the 2 things like that, and we're very much looking forward to bringing this part. It kind of bummed me out though, because now I got that over the hill after we recorded the episode. I'm like, oh, we just have the other one, like the last one to go. Now.
Yep.
I'm like, that's sad.
Yep.
I
We're
was like,
over the
'cause
hill,
I'm not-
buddy.
I was like, because I'm not that interested in doing The Hobbit. We'll probably do it
Oh,
eventually. Because
God.
eventually,
We'll run out of movies.
well, it's because it'll be our final effort to not do any of the movies that feature Rob Schneider as like the buddy. And we're like, no, we can't do it because Rob Schneider's the buddy. And it's like, okay, we'll do The Hobbit quick. And then they're like, all right, Judge Dredd it is.
Oh,
like, we're finally
God.
there. But yeah, so in the meantime, let us watch this handy dandy little trailer.
What business does an elf, a man, and a dwarf have in the Riddermark? Speak quickly!
We track a band of Uruk-hai westward across the plain. They have taken 2 of our friends captive.
Look for your friends, but do not trust to hope. It has forsaken these lands.
We're lost. I don't think Gandalf meant for us to come this way.
He didn't mean for a lot of things to happen, Sam.
It cannot be.
I come back to you now, at the turn of the tide. Sauron's forces have begun their attack. He is using Saruman to destroy your people.
They were unarmed. They had no warning.
This is but a taste of the terror that Saruman will unleash. You must fight.
I will not risk open war.
Open war is upon you, whether you would risk it or not.
A new power is rising. Its victory is at hand.
It is an army bred for a single purpose, to destroy the world of men.
You must lead the people to Helm's Deep.
By order of the king, the city must empty.
Where is she? The woman who gave you that jewel.
The alliance between men and elves is over. Our time here is ending. Arwen's time is ending. Let her go.
Where is it?
Just tie him up and leave him.
No!
You know the way to Mordor.
There will be no dawn for men.
It's the ring. Frodo! It's taken hold of you.
You have the gift of foresight. Tell me what you have seen.
He is not coming back.
The defenses have to hold.
They will hold. There is nothing for you here. Only death.
There is still hope.
Okay, so there you have it. Now that was the Blu-ray trailer or whatever, but you get it.
because
It's a
they
trailer.
ruined the whole that Gandalf is alive.
Yeah, but that's fine. And we're all
To you.
we all know, right? If people were waiting for us to do this to know, like to
Or
find
if
out
you
what
waited
happened in the movie.
Well, if you waited to the Blu-ray, you're not a real fan.
Yeah.
Like if you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna catch Lord of the Rings when it hits the video store. Come on.
I'm gonna catch Lord of the Rings when it's on demand.
Yeah.
And
Don't ruin it for me.
And only when there's a shoddy podcast commentary for it.
People have scruples,
They don't.
that they have to live by.
They don't. We just discussed this with people knocking T-shirts off shelves in
I know
stores.
those
and stuff.
assholes.
Fuck those guys. Fuck them hard.
Agreed.
I don't know. I don't know what else is going on out there in the world.
I don't know. Lavas.
Yeah, lots of lava going on out
Yeah.
there. Don't own a Mustang if you live in Hawaii.
That's right.
Just don't live in Hawaii. It seems like a nightmare.
Well, now
No,
it seems like a
no.
nightmare.
Before that,
With Dog the Bounty Hunter running around off his leash, going crazy.
but like anything you ever see of Hawaii, yeah, it's like people who just live in Hawaii. It's like ghetto. It's kind of like when you're like in the resorts in Mexico versus Mexico. It's like they're just in like these.
Right.
It's like hovel. It's like
Well,
paradise
because-
versus hovel.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Well, no, because any place where you have a paradise, it's like something's wrong with it. California's on a major fault line. There's no water.
Yeah.
Hawaii's on a volcano. It's erupting. Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Dog's there and his big tittied wife.
Oh, yeah.
She's mostly tits.
That's it.
There's a tiny head behind a big set of tits.
Big old set of titty. I saw one of those things.
It's like if Danny DeVito was standing behind two boulders from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Exactly. Sounds just the same, too.
Yeah. Hi there.
Where are you, dog?
What were you going to say?
Nothing.
All right, great.
Fuck all.
No, but it's true. And well, what happens, too, is the resort people come in. It's almost like reliving the days of the Pilgrims and the Indians and shit all over again. Oh, there's people in this really nice area. Well, we're going to brush them off the nice area so we can claim this area as our own.
Fuck. See, that's why you got to live somewhere. Or, even in those nice places in the States, man, they got the tornadoes and...
Yeah, well, Tornado Alley is not filled with dreamscapes.
True. Well, unless you you're one of those... Yeah. I want to live on a farm and have some land and... grow up a cattle rustler. Yeah. Some people want to be cattle rustlers, Joe.
I know. And the real natural disaster in Florida isn't the hurricanes, it's the meth heads.
And the price of going to see that fucking Harry Potter at Universal Studios.
Yeah.
It's a menace.
Doesn't matter. Fuck it. I'll pay it.
Yeah, I'll pay anything. Fuck.
That's the problem when you go down. Like when I'm planning on going down there. Hello. When I'm planning on going down there, I never think about the price for anything. I'm sitting there, and even like they did that bibbidi bobbidi boutique for Abby when they like do the princess makeup thing and all that. I saw the price for and like for the split second, the real me came out and was like, "Whoa, that's expensive to do something
there
like
to spend
that."
money.
But while I was saying that, I was already booking it.
Right.
Like it was just it was like, okay, my body is just spending the money while my brain's like, there's no way you're spending
like, stop.
that
What are you
money.
doing? Stop. He's like, shut up.
No. It's like my body works.
I'm going to click it twice, motherfucker. Yeah. Click, click.
Yeah, I'm getting it done.
Yes.
So I had curly red extensions put in.
You can be the black one.
What?
What's the black princess?
Tiana.
There's got to be one.
Yeah, from Princess and the Frog.
Tiana. They need to have another black princess.
Not a princess,
movie,
by the way. She was a waitress.
Sakes.
It's really the waitress.
I know,
and
right?
The
I'm
frog.
sure they make the black one a waitress.
Well,
she ain't even a real princess.
Cinderella was like an abused stepdaughter. So
no, I want to be Moana.
Yeah, Moana.
I like that one. I actually really enjoyed that movie.
It was a very good movie. There's some football player, I guess, because they do a lot of hazing in the NFL and stuff like that with new guys, and they're not allowed to like do any anti-gay stuff now that like that.
What kind of hazing can you have if it's not got something wrong with it?
Yeah, if it's not a hate crime. No, this one guy, it was kind of a fun one, and I'm like, oh, I wish they would all be like this. They basically said for the remainder, I think for the entire first season, he can only introduce himself as Maui from Moana because he looks exactly like him.
What happens if he doesn't? They stick his head in the toilet and
then
they rape him.
They all ass fuck him.
Just a friendly rape.
Yeah, you know how it is. Tough. It's locker room talk, guys.
Locker room talk.
It's all fine.
It's not gay if it's a hazing thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah, you just every thrust you have to go no homo, no homo, no homo.
That's right, and it makes it so. Yeah. It's like I wish I was home. Those heels.
This cum isn't because it felt good for me. It's because I wanted to embarrass you.
That's right.
Fuck.
Yeah, aren't you so embarrassed?
By the way, I plan on really embarrassing you later, Todd.
I've been waiting all day to be embarrassed.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Embarrassed.
I've been sitting on a doorknob with flush red cheeks, and not on my face.
Well, you're not.
But
those rosy cheeks. Love that Joker.
Well done. So
my face hurts.
I know.
Let's shut her down.
It's been a long day. But yeah, so just to remind you again, so the next 2 weeks are going to be
we've been doing
lots of cocaine through our jaws, apparently.
Wow.
The way Todd describes it, our jaws do a lot of cocaine.
I guess so does my ass.
Yeah,
we're talking about a lot of action.
My hungry asshole, just hungry for the blow.
I actually have a hungry hippo tattoo on my ass.
It's awesome too. If you just roll white marbles at them, just they disappear. But yeah. So for the next 2 weeks, It's going to be Lord of the Rings, so it'll be the first part next week, and then no mini episode after that, and then so it'll just be the second part. And then, like we said, stay tuned for that next Coming Attractions episode. We're going to get into, and we're going to actually feature our first ever interview for the show, which then leads into our next movie, because there was a gentleman who requested a movie, and we're like, okay, we got to do this, and we're going to have to talk to you about it, because you have to explain yourself as to why we're doing this movie. And it ended up setting off a whole thing. Like our whole next month after that is all this guy's fault, and you'll find out.
It sure is. I don't know if he's a gentleman, but I like him.
He was wonderful.
Yeah, he was a beautiful man, that's
for
sure.
He was a great guy, and if you don't know him or his work yet, you should know him. Like, once you've gone through all this, go look up his stuff.
Oh, you will.
You will. You will. Just do it, all right?
Do it.
Do it. And then if he tells you, hey, go look at their work, then just act like you've never seen it before and discover us again for the first time.
Like that movie with Drew Barrymore.
I want him to have credit for you discovering us, not us to have credit for you discovering him.
So I like that. That's very humble of you.
Hey, I'm just saying. I know when somebody's more interested.
So just fake it, as we're asking. Just fake it for him, is what we're asking.
For me?
Well, for him, he'll be like, hey, you guys heard of these? And they'll be like, no, I'll check them out, even though they already know and love us.
Thanks for the good find.
Yeah. See?
So is it just that I really hate myself? Is this the problem that I'm going through right now?
Oh, it's probably lots of stuff.
All right.
That's
as long as
probably
it's
the
lots
major one, though.
If it's lots of stuff, then whatever. There's no pill that's going to take care of them all anyways.
Nope.
Fuck it. Man, this took such a weird turn. The first 25 minutes were just pop, 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 pop.
Did it?
And the rest, yeah, it did. It did.
Wow.
I don't know. That trailer ruined us.
I know, eh?
It was like, oh no, Gandalf's alive, and I don't get to discover that on my own, even though I've seen the movie 75 times. So let's do our usual thing. Check us out at miscastcommentary.com. Email us podcast@miscastcommentary.com. Catch us on Twitter at miscastpodcast, at miscasttv. Keep checking that stuff out. We got a great motivational video that we've put out for people to
Anybody watch that?
watch. Oh yeah, some people
Good.
watched it.
It's good. I like
Not
it
in
a
the
lot.
millions yet though, so get out
It's
there.
getting there.
I'm at JK Finley. Todd's at Miscast Todd. You can see his first through third tweets on the same page. But follow him anyways, because it'll make him feel good about himself.
Hell
right?
yeah.
Woo! So do all that.
I always forget that we can do that.
You can find us on Instagram. Find us anywhere. Just search us. I mean, we are like, thankfully, we did something right on Google, because we are the first like whole page of searches.
Sweet.
So, which the two words miscast commentary have never really gone together before. So it should have been pretty easy, but you never know. Because if I look up my own name, I am now the first person who comes up. But for my entire life, I wasn't. It was some like English professor.
That's weird,
in, like,
eh?
fucking Atlanta.
And then you're like, am I the real me, or is that guy number one?
That guy's the real me. I was like, even like, it was, I'm doing stuff. I'm doing stuff. Nothing. It was like my dad passed away, still this other guy. I'm like, who the fuck? This guy must be amazing. But now we do the podcast on I am the first person you find.
Boom.
Like, the first like 40 searches are me. So fucking A. Why am I always Googling myself? Because I feel bad about myself. This is why I need you guys listening. Do you understand?
When I put my name in, I am the first one, because I killed all the other Todd Murrays.
Yeah.
They were pissed.
I don't blame them. You gotta,
like in the Terminator, where he kills all the Lyndall Hamiltons.
Yeah. Imagine they made that mistake. So she's got the name Sarah Connor, and then he kills all the Linda Hamiltons.
Yeah, like fuck.
Fuck,
he got some chip damage. He was traveling through time there, man.
Yeah.
That bar fight really fucked him up.
Exactly. Wouldn't that have been the best thing? Say the robots weren't super tough. They were just on a mission. And he comes up, I need your clothes, your boots, your motorcycle. And then the biker just kicks the shit out of him.
Yeah, he's a pathetic Terminator.
And then, yeah. And then you just see John Connor discovers him like in a ditch, like naked and bruised and crying. He's clearly been fucked. Yeah. And like he's just like, he's got a pool cue sticking out of his ass. And
that's how I play pool.
He's like a slightly bloody nose, and he's just got like a little handkerchief, and he's just like dabbing at it. He's like, so sad. Man, a lot of sodomy in the second half of this show.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
I don't know why I had to have that robot raped.
Why not?
I don't know. I think about the biker bar, and then I think about like The Accused, and I picture they put Arnold Schwarzenegger up on the pinball machine, and it becomes the whole thing.
You've thought about this a lot, it sounds like, in pretty vivid detail.
I'm starting to think that I've never thought of anything else. So I'm really afraid of what I talk to my kids about now. I don't know. I may have taught them how to read, or I may have given them a really dank outlook on life.
Yeah, well, we'll find out pretty soon.
Yeah, when the first therapy bills come in, I suppose.
Oh, probably after when you give them those gun lessons.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. So yeah, so that's all of us for this week. I can't imagine pouring out our hearts any better than that.
Right?
So yeah, as always, tune in next week. Tell your friends. Do that still. Everybody needs to tell somebody. Did you tell somebody that you knew about us last week? Tell somebody different. It's great.
Exactly. And we'll tell them about you.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to make up a lot of lies, so just be ready for a lot of explanations to family.
Yeah. I am going to over-exaggerate genital size, which will be great for the guys, horrible for the girls.
Right? Huge lips.
Yeah.
Jesus. Looks like an upside-down Audrey, too. Gee, God.
I was going to say a sideways Mick Jagger, but yours works better.
Like an entire side Mick Jagger, not even just his big face or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? His whole thing.
So huge. You get both arms in there. I successfully parallel parked a Mini Cooper in there. So, but then the guys, like, we go way overboard for how big the pussies are. But the penises, it's like, yeah, it's above average.
Yeah, just slightly.
Well, I don't want, I don't need people thinking, oh, I'm way smaller than people.
Yeah.
I need people thinking I'm slightly. Because then it's not a huge improvement to go outside the marriage.
Right.
It's just like, well, for an extra, for basically just an extra head's length of penis, is it really worth,
Is it? All that shit?
I feel like me emotionally is worth it. Like if she comes out here and just has to talk to me for 8 minutes, that's like...
It's like you have 2 extra heads length.
Oh,
emotionally.
Yeah, exactly. I am the small penis of human personality. So,
and I'm the big old zit right at the end of that genitalia.
You want to try that word again?
Genitalia.
Oh, we got better. All right, guys, tune in next week. Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. So, Lord of the Rings Part 2, but we're doing Part 1 of Part 2 of a 2-part Part 2
of the Tower.
Right? There we go. That's what we should do. Every year we'll still do them, but we're going to do them in weird, we're going to create the hatchet cut, but we do it by disc.
The hatchet cut.
Well, they have, it's like Star Wars has the hatchet cut.
Victor Crowley comes out.
Well, Star Wars has the hatchet cut where you're supposed to watch episode 4, episode 5, then episode 1, then episode 2, then skip, you skip episode 1. So it's episode 4, episode 5, episode 2, episode 3, then Return of the Jedi. And so it becomes like a thing where you tell the story, you find out he's the father, and then you flash back to his life coming up and going bad, and then you go forward. So it tells this really complete story. So we're going to come up with our own cut, but we're going to cut the movies in half and do that. Sweet. So we'll watch the first bit of Fellowship of the Ring, then the first half of Return of the King, then the second bit of Fellowship of the Ring, then the second half of
Golden Girls.
Yes. And 1/3 of all of the episodes of Gold.
That's right.
No, just all of the bits where Estelle Getty's talking about Sicily. Back picture it. Sicily, 1942.
Orcs everywhere. You're like, wow, this surprising goes really well with it.
Oh man. Well, see if we're ballsy enough to take that on in 2 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So tune in next week, guys. We love you.
Later.
Strap in for a couple of long ones. And I mean episodes, not penises.
Baby. Yeah, other one.
Yeah. All right. Bye-bye.
This has been Miscast Commentary with your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray. Executive producer, Joe Finley. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Visit www.miscastcommentary.com for all news related to the podcast. Miscast Commentary is a Miscast Media production.